and Gmail from somebody who told me some 10 years back, and I said, what is this Gmail? And now Gmail is overpowering the world. Thereafter, we had a second meeting in Competition Commission of India where I had the good fortune of working. I had Microsoft and Google under the same roof, and Microsoft individual was saying that they are abusing the position, in advertisement. I had recently a seminar on innovation in Corfu in Greece. There was a session on innovation. They said that the firms which are innovating, they should better be left alone. The time is spent on courtroom proceedings for them that are too much driven by innovation is not worthwhile. We had more than one economic model saying that they should be left alone. I have got a feeling, I come from an income tax background, that this is like a thief and catching a story. Those innovation firms will always be ahead. They are the ones which are going to reform society. I think we should be slightly lenient when it comes to deal with them. This is my feeling. I want to have opinion from the panel, starting from Enrique, then Rachel, whatever they want.
Sorry, KK, what is exactly the question?
Means, is it right when through economic models it was shown that they should be left alone, they should not be disturbed too much, including when it comes to merger?
He wants you to be out of business.
Yeah, well, no, I think that there may be situations where indeed a merger in the IT sector, or generally speaking in an innovation market sector, may raise competition concerns. And so I'm not postulating here that antitrust law should not be applied at all in this particular sector simply because innovation is there. I simply think that the tools need to be adapted, and that due account need to be taken of the factors that affect this type of transactions. And I frankly believe that the Facebook WhatsApp decision is a very good illustration of how the European Commission is extremely well equipped to deal with this type of transactions, and what I hope is that this is going to be generalized across the world. So again, I wouldn't say let's exempt IT or innovation transactions from the antitrust rules, but at the same time, let's take into account their specificities, because there are specificities.
I agree with that. I hope I was careful in my opening remarks to say I was not advocating a free pass for mergers in the high-tech sector. There can be situations where there should be intervention in relation to mergers. I think also we have the label high-tech, but what actually do we mean by high-tech? What is a high-tech merger? Everybody would claim they were a high-tech merger of some form or another if there were to be special, seen to be more lenient rules for mergers. Technology is affecting all sorts of sectors that one would never have imagined before. So the rules are the rules, but with careful application in this particular sector is I think, the message we're both actually saying.
Thank you. I think we've had a very interesting 30 minutes or so in terms of the presentation and interaction. And the message which the panelists have given is quite clear and specific, that innovation knowledge-based markets are quite different from traditional markets, traditional businesses. B, that you don't need to stand merger review totally on its head, but you need to customize it, you need to tweak it, you need to use or bring in different toolkits to handle the merger cases. 3, remedies may need to be entirely different. And so behavioral remedies which have somehow gone out of fashion may be back and more fashionable when one is dealing with high-tech industries. And of course, the interplay, if not the tension between innovative markets, IP regulations, and competition law merger analysis will probably become more sensitive, more acute, and therefore a matter which will need greater focus. So these are issues which will, I think, continue to engage all professionals, the International Competition Network, and various other bodies which are actively engaged and looking at these things. And the OECD, for instance, has done a lot of work on high-tech industries and merger reviews and so on. So this will continue to happen. So with that, thank you very much for this opportunity for all the delegates to get the benefit of this presentation, and I hand it back to you for your further announcements as well. Thank you.
Thank you once again to the panel for a very interesting presentation. Of course, the key takeaway is that in the real game of Monopoly, there is no get out of jail card. And thank God for that, speaking for 3/4 of this room. If there were, we would be out of job. So let me make a quick housekeeping announcement before I hand it over to Mr. Atul Dua to give his vote of thanks. The buses for the Hotel Ashok will leave at 10 o'clock instead of 9:30. Thank you. Now I'm going to call Atul Dua, the Secretary of the Competition Law Bar Association, to give the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Karan. Last 2 days, we've been discussing about cooperation between various competition authorities. Actually, this dinner event is a result of cooperation between the Competition Law Bar Association and the Competition Commission of India. Even in the past, we've held various conferences and panel discussions, and we always got full support from the Competition Commission. And whenever Competition Commission has had programs like the BRICS conference and this conference, we've extended full support. And we share a very symbiotic relationship, and thanks to the current chairman and other officers of the CCI, as well as Competition Appellate Tribunal, for giving us this opportunity. And thank you, sir. Now I would like to thank the two speakers, the presenters, Rachel and Enrique, who were given a very short time frame to complete their presentation, but they did a good job. Thank you. And last, I'd like to thank the ICN delegates who've become part of this event. And I know some of you have to catch flights, and Karan has just announced we have to leave at 10. I think if people want to stay on, they can stay on further. The hotel is not far away. I know some of you have to catch flights, but I can promise you the food over here will be much better than the airline's food. And as a bar association, we're good at doing one thing. We can always set up a good bar. So now the bar is open, and enjoy the evening. And I will ask all the CLBA members to look after all the guests. Thank you.
टेबल मिल जाएगा।